Hello everyone, welcome back to OC Recovery's YouTube channel. Before I go any further, please subscribe down below, click that like button if you want to see more videos like this. I'm going to be doing a lot more videos covering just chronic anxiety in general, so all the disorders that basically cause chronic anxiety, I'm going to be covering all of them. Everything I did for myself and how I really got myself from having 24/7 chronic anxiety, basically, if it wasn't in the forefront of my mind, it was basically in the background all day long, to still having chronic, I don't even like to use chronic anymore because it's not chronic, having anxiety at times, but it's nothing like it was before, and when it does come in waves, it doesn't affect me. It has actually no effect on me, none. It doesn't stop me from doing anything. I can't even remember the last time I felt a certain way and said to myself, I'm not going to do something because I feel this way. That has been a determining factor of my recovery journey. Showing myself, while working on my irrational beliefs, but also showing myself that I can do anything I want when chronically anxious. So today's my birthday, November 28th. I was born in '89, so I'm 32 years old, just made it 80s baby. And I want to talk about 5 pieces of advice that I had to learn in order to really push myself further into recovery, even really move towards recovery. All 5 of these I really understood a year ago, but I was still in a pretty bad spot a year ago. I was in a really bad spot. I had just gotten COVID, or I was getting COVID. It was really bad. I was on oxygen for 3 days. It was just a really rough period of my life during my recovery. I was been working on recovery for about half a year at that point, and I was feeling really good. And then the basically getting COVID spiked everything up again. It was just a tough period in my life. So again, like this video. If you enjoy it, leave comments down below. As anyone who writes comments on my video, they can see I go through and respond to every single one. I say thank you to everyone. I do appreciate all the support. It means a lot to me, and I will definitely be bringing a lot more videos like this to you. So the number one thing I want to talk about is you could still do everything you want to do when you're chronically anxious. I mean, anything, literally anything. So anyone who watches my videos has heard me talk about, I hiked huge mountains. I started a business. I worked on my relationship because I have a lot of irrational beliefs in my relationship. I've never suffered with ROCD, but that doesn't mean that the majority of people in relationships do not have irrational beliefs, because they certainly do, what I noticed. Let's see. I've done so many things. New hikes, like I said, hang out with friends and family, did a lot more things on the whim because I really like to set routine, and that just wasn't. Set routines are good, and you can have set routines, but when things don't go your way, people freak out. They have a total meltdown because they have a belief that things need to go a certain way in order for their life to be a certain way. And well, that has no rational validity by any means. So it is important to get out there and do everything that you want to do. Just do it, no matter how you're feeling. Your future self will thank you for it. I promise you, I was there. I would feel horrible, just so much anxiety, so much hyper-awareness, so many intrusive thoughts, not as much as, say, the physical sensations of anxiety. I did suffer with intrusive thoughts, but this is why people think, they'll be like, when they have something going on with chronic anxiety, they're like, well, I don't have anxiety, so it must not be this, or they try to prove to themselves why things are real or not. That's a dead end for us. So number 2 is accepting that you have chronic anxiety. So that's really important. This one says, mistletoe kisses are free. This is definitely Erica's, for sure. So accepting you have chronic anxiety is a major part of recovering from chronic anxiety. I know a lot of people that, understandably so, they hate having chronic anxiety. They hate it. I feel so uncomfortable. I get it. Like, I totally understand. It's very uncomfortable. But working on accepting its presence, because people are like, I don't deserve this. This isn't fair. And all these other irrational beliefs that we tell ourselves to set us up, this one-way thinking where we say, this should not be happening to me. There's actually no universal rule, why this should not be happening to you. I know that's very difficult to hear, but there is no reason at all why you should not be experiencing chronic anxiety. If there was no way you should be experiencing it, you wouldn't experience it. You just have a brain, you didn't pick your brain, you have chronic anxiety for the time being, and you have to work on accepting that in order to get better. With other parts of the journey as well, but accepting that you have an anxiety disorder is gigantic. Number 3, acceptance doesn't mean agreement. So remember, you don't have to like having chronic anxiety. You have to say to yourself, this is the best thing ever. No, you could kind of flip it around. So what are a couple things? So number one, having chronic anxiety can almost be a blessing in disguise. Having chronic anxiety itself does nothing beneficial for your life. But the way that you respond in building grit and perseverance and determination and going through a really difficult recovery journey, not impossible, but definitely difficult, a lot more difficult than people make it out to be. I'm going to be, anyone that knows me knows I'm very blunt, I'm very straight, and I don't like no nonsense. It's not good for us. The recovery journey is not rainbows. It's not easy. And it's hard. It's just a hard journey. You can do it. I've done it. But it's going to take a lot of willpower, ups and downs, doubts, in order to get better. There's too many accounts out there that are, make it seem a lot easier than it is. Deadlines and stuff like that. It's wishy-washy. It's just not the reality of what we're going through. And that really can just set some people off. So again, you don't have to like what you're going through, but you can accept that it's there. So you have knowing you can do everything when you're anxious, accepting that you have chronic anxiety, and acceptance is an agreement. All three of those kind of run together. That's why I put those in that order. So number 4, immediate change usually hurts us. And what do I mean by immediate change? When you have chronic anxiety, your brain will convince you that you need to make change right now. You need to make some serious, catastrophic change, whatever it may be, whether it's your medication, whether it's whoever's helping you, coach, therapist, psychologist, psychiatrist, it does not matter who's helping you. What matters is you making drastic changes. You hear one thing about that person, you say, I'm done, I'm gone, I'm blocking everyone. Those immediate changes do not help you in life. Regardless of having chronic anxiety, they're just not going to help you in the grand scheme of life. Critical thinking and just slowing things down, not compulsively. I'm not talking like, I need to slow things down or to think properly, but taking your time and thinking about something rationally. This is very difficult for people to do, especially when you have chronic anxiety. You just tend to just make those immediate changes. And those immediate changes really hold you back. It took me 2 years, maybe longer, to just be like, oh my gosh, these immediate changes I'm making are totally fucking me. Excuse my language, but they just are. Rob always gets on my, he gets on my case a little bit when I curse, but we both curse at times because we do think it's important. I'm actually going to add a 6th thing in here. I'm going to add a 6 before the 5th one, which is about birthdays and holidays. The one I'm going to add after this is the importance of being real when it comes to these chronic anxiety disorders. The safe spaces, which I did a tremendous video on safe spaces, which should be going up soon. Not in the way that people are thinking. I'm not talking about like severe discrimination and stuff like that. I'm talking about the kind of like very wishy-washy, fairy tale-y way that people use safe spaces. And boundaries. Boundaries are beneficial in certain ways, but not in the way that the majority of people explain it. Because if you have anyone that makes you feel uncomfortable, block them, create the boundary. That's garbage. That's garbage. It's utter garbage, and it holds people back, especially with chronic anxiety. Chronic anxiety, in order to get through chronic anxiety, is working on unconditional acceptance. So that is for yourself, others, in life, mainly life. But when it comes to the chronic anxiety sensations, because people say, I can't do this, I can't believe this is happening to me. But really, in order to just like develop this framework, that's almost anything can happen in your life. You can't say with certain. We know we always move with uncertainty, but you're giving yourself a pretty good chance with developing unconditional acceptance as a primary philosophy. When you think, I don't like that person's doing that to me, but I could still accept them for who they are. Not, I can't stand that person's doing to me, let's block them forever. But that just doesn't work for us. And it's not saying that you can't come to a point where you want to block someone out of your life. That's not what I'm saying. If someone is completely harassing you all the time and they're causing all these different problems and you've tried to have rational conversations and you don't want that person in your life anymore, okay. But you've gone through maybe weeks, months, years with maybe trying to accept that person for who they are. You still say, you know what, I can accept this person, but it's just too much right now, and you just get them out of your life. But that's not what people do. They make the immediate change immediately after one encounter and they go gone. That's not good. So the last thing I want to talk about is letting anxiety do its absolute worst on holidays. This is absolutely key. You're going to have to let anxiety do its thing. This is birthdays, holidays, like today. Let me tell you exactly what's going on with me today. And this doesn't matter. And I could talk about this now because it doesn't trigger me at all. I woke up this morning, slept in a little later than usual, was lovely. I had food poisoning the other day. That was shitty. I was up all night 2 nights ago. Literally, I slept like 30 minutes and I was in bed for like 12 hours. Just like, woke up, had a tough time working because I just couldn't concentrate. So woke up today, went for a great hike, nothing, had an amazing hike, got home, went food shopping, and chronic anxiety just kind of latched in the background. And it's pretty present right now. I think it's super important to be real about this stuff because there's so many people, and I'm going to actually talk about something that probably is going to trigger a lot of people. This is not a mean thing to say. You've made great progress. 99.9% of people, recovery can mean one thing. It cannot have multiple definitions. It can mean one objective thing. You can't objective truth, subjective truth, your truth is not objective truth. That is very difficult for people to hear. OCD recovery has one definition and one definition only. It means recovery. It's like sobriety. People say, I'm sober, but I smoke weed. No, you're not. You just don't drink alcohol. That's a congratulations. That's amazing. But you're not sober. Well, this is what sober means to me. That's not what sober means, though. You see what I'm saying here? This is a problem that I see in this society. When people say, well, I recovered for a month and I did this. I recovered for it. You didn't recover. You haven't recovered. Most of you watching this video, including myself, are not recovered. Rob is recovered. Jade is recovered. The absence of chronic anxiety, intrusive thoughts lose their intrusiveness. Just because you feel good for 3 weeks, that is amazing, and you go back to chronic anxiety, you are not recovered. I'm sorry to tell you. I'm sorry to break it to you. The truth is not fun sometimes, but it is so important to cover this stuff. Because when you don't cover this, people go, well, I was recovered for 3 weeks, and then I had OCD for 4 weeks, and then I was chronically anxious for a month, and then I was recovered for 2 weeks. That's not how it works. I've seen people say, I've recovered 100 times. You haven't recovered once. Not once. It's okay to hear this. It should push you in the right direction. Well, it would push me in the right direction. I mean, not everyone, but it doesn't have to. Like I said, it doesn't need to, like with the shoulding. But you know what I mean. It is important to cover this. Because there's a lot of people out there with big followings who say, well, what does recovery mean to you? No. That's not how it works. That's not how it works. It is important to talk about that. So just let it do its worst on its holidays. It's going to throw things up. It likes change. It likes, ooh, boom, let's go in there and kind of hit him with a side jab when he's feeling really good. Because you don't want to measure feelings, feeling good or bad. Feeling good and measuring feeling good is just as bad as measuring feelings of feeling poor. So thank you so much for watching this. I hope you enjoyed my birthday insights. I feel a lot more of these now. I actually feel them. It's not... There's a difference between knowing and actually feeling. Knowing how acceptance works is... You can learn how acceptance works in 20 minutes. 20. Average person could be like, oh, this makes sense. It might take you a couple of years to feel it. That's a big difference. 20 minutes versus a couple of years. It's important to talk about this. It just is. So thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe. Definitely press that like button. More videos like this coming. I got a new light, so I have this surrounding light right now, so it makes me look very glowy right now. But what else? I wanted to leave you. I wanted to leave you guys with getting a new desk. New desk is ordered. New setup is coming. So I'm going to have a lot more. Got a little background. It's going to look a little bit more professional. And I'm going to be doing a lot of videos. I already do a lot of videos, but I'm going to be doing a lot more videos, I guess one could say. So comment down below. Let me know what you think. And I'll see you guys next time. Have a good one.